So what I thought I'd do today is give a kind of little quick walkthrough on how to do a basic little small repair for a Neo Geo or actually any arcade machine. These are American HAP parts, HAP sticks and buttons as well. Sanwa, which are Japanese ones, are a lot smaller than this. These are pretty large, extending out. Japanese Sanwa buttons tend to be a lot smaller and going through. But the problem was happening was with the microswitches. In particular, this is the second player D button, which is the blue one on the system. And I have the old one. I've already gone through and replaced it, but this is the old switch that was in place. And what it is when you press the button on the downward side here on the top part where you play, the button on the microswitch gets pressed in. You can hear that clicking most likely. So what was happening is that this switch, which I got when I bought my arcade unit from a guy off of Craigslist, really cool dude, he said he'd replaced all the stick parts here, but this one I can tell had not been really replaced. I'm not sure how well it's showing up, but you can see, or at least I can see, that the parts have been kind of heavily corroded. These are probably the original ones that came with the system probably around 20 years ago. 20 plus now, seeing how the Neo Geo has been around for around 25 years or so. So I just basically had to order myself new microswitches and put them into the system. These are like $1 each, and shipping actually cost more. Those are like $2 for the shipping for it. So just got two of them there because I was having two that were problems. First off was the D button on the second player side, as I mentioned. And over on the first player button, basically it started up on here. So I've gone through and replaced both of these out here and just give a quick kind of little demo on how you do it. It's really simple. Basically the buttons are held in by little locking pegs. I'm not sure how I'll be able to do this one-handed, but I'm going to try to see if I can pry this up. There we go. And you can see a little white hole. So, hi Keiko. Yes, you're in the video now. It's YouTube. You gotta have a cat somewhere on YouTube. Anyway, thanks to my ADD. Back to the purpose why I'm making this here. Okay, so as you can see, there's a little hole here. There's actually a peg down the side it snaps into. There's two of these. The first one you actually want to put in is down here on the side. This one doesn't really move too well, so it's pretty hard to get in. Put this in first, and then the top part you can just snap right down into place. And just make sure you reconnect up your leads, one from the top and the bottom. If you're not sure which ones they are, just make sure you pay attention to them as you slowly disconnect them. Come here, Keiko. I don't want you jumping inside yet. Don't want you jumping inside at all down there. So I have those replaced. It's real simple. It took me about maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Just kind of worked off the connectors. They just snap right on. They pull right off there and snap right in. Did that for the first and second player, so we're going to give it a shot. I have not tested these out, I don't think, so my memory is terrible these days, so I'm going to reach in. I probably can't see it, but there's the cartridges right there. It's the two of them I have in Fatal Fury 3 and a multi-card. So I'm going to reach on the power switch, turn that on, and it should be popping up here shortly. There we go. And this is the multi-card. I'm just going to pick SNK, SNK versus Capcom, doesn't matter. First game that should load up actually is going to be Fatal Fury 3. And our wonderful boot screen. So I'm just going to reach inside the unit. There's actually a switch in here. That's the power switch, is the main one that you turned on there for it. The light that's coming off is from the coin unit. I need to get this replaced as well. First player one doesn't really work too well, the coin slot, but it doesn't matter anyway, because it's reach in here, hit the credit button, and you can see I have put in 5 credits, so let's see how this works. Little how to play screen. I'll just do 2 players as well, so I'm going to get interrupted by the computer. And we'll pick Terry. The neat thing too about Neo Geo is that they're all dependent upon the BIOS that you have in your system. This is actually a Japanese card I imported from Japan, and since it recognizes the American BIOS, it translates into the American version, the US or English version. So let's see, A, B, C, which is a taunt, and D, which is kick. Excellent, it works. And we already know the first player works. Yep, looks like everything's good to go. Alright. So this concludes my little video on replacing a small little component part. Arcade ownership is a lot of fun. I definitely want to give myself another system. But it's not too hard to replace things when you need to do it. You just got to make sure that you have a mind about how to fix stuff up if anything goes wrong, because you are pretty much on your own. But that's all for today.